Hey guys, it's Tay Army Strong. It's been a while since I did a video, so I'm trying to update some stuff right now. I'm on leave right now, so I'm kind of rugged. But I got a lot of stuff to say. So this video is gonna be based off of AIT and some stuff that you can expect. Um, there's a lot of stuff I want to say. I'm trying to make it quick as possible, so so you guys can get the information. Let me just jump right into it. So once you, the for basic, after basic, when you go to AIT for 88 mics is in Fort Leonard Wood, and there are three companies that that do the whole 88 mic school: Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. Each company has three classes or sets of platoon that is based off a number to let the cycle know how far they are in the cycle. As for example, when I went there, I was part of 08 truck, and I was part of Alpha Company. Now just because your order says that you're gonna be part of a company doesn't mean you're actually gonna be with that company when you get there. So when you get orders to go from basic to AIT and they say that you're gonna be part of Bravo, Charlie, or Alpha, when you get there, most likely it's probably gonna change because it goes based off how many people are already enrolled in the class. So one thing I want to tell you guys is this: once you leave basic, when you go to AIT, depending on what company you're gonna be in, National Guard and Reserves, well, mostly National Guard, they get the priority over you. So if there were a lot of National Guards in your company that's 88 mics, or in whoever's traveling with you, if there are a lot of National Guards that go with you, National Guards have priority over the classes. So once you actually get to AIT and you trying to get into a truck, which is also the platoon, they go based off how many National Guard are already there and to get them enrolled faster. The reason is because National Guard is getting paid by the state to be there, so they try to get them in and out. And active duty, they don't care two shits about active duty, because active duty, you guys gonna be there as long as you need to get that training. But when it comes to active National Guard, they get paid by the state to get in and get out. So they try to make sure they push their front load National Guard guys first. So you guys can expect to be hold over for a while to get into a class. That's one. Second thing is, when you guys leave basic, please make sure that you guys take your stuff with you. I know when you go to basic, when you finish basic, you be happy as hell. You be like, hey, I'm finished with basic, I'm moving on now, I'm gonna be part of the real army and this and that. Well, the reality of it is that the stuff that the army gives you, you're gonna need it when you go to go to AIT. So make sure you guys have your stuff. Most importantly, your eye pros. Do not get rid of your eye pros. The eye pros are the little goggles that they're gonna give you that are always supposed to be on your face, so you won't damage your eyes or get injuries to your eyes and all that. They're gonna give you eye pros. Make sure you have your eye pros. You're gonna need them. If you don't have eye pros, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen next. After two more things I gotta mention. Gloves. That's number two. Make sure you guys have your leather gloves. You know that leather gloves that's like thick as shit. When you go that you used to go to the range and they shoot and all that stuff. Make sure you guys have that shit with you. You're gonna need gloves too. Also, the next thing is camelbacks. Make sure you guys have your camelbacks. That's the water source. Make sure you guys have that. Do not throw away anything because you're so happy that you graduated from basic that you don't need this stuff anymore. You're part of the real army. You're not part of the real army unless you pass AIT. So I'm letting you guys know this right now. There are people that get chaptered in AIT because they get too complacent. You think you fast basic. Basic is only the first part. AIT is the second part. Once you get past AIT, then you'll be okay on the road to move into the next thing, which is the real army. But you can still get kicked out at AIT, and that's not even considered the real army. That's still training. So those are the three things that if you leaving from basic, that you really want to hang on to: gloves, inserts, eye pros, and your camelbacks, because you're gonna need that stuff when you go with you to AIT. When you go from basic to AIT, they do what you call a layout, where they do they check to make sure that you do have everything that you're supposed to have that the army issued you when you first came into the army. So that is why I say do not throw away anything. Do not throw away anything until you complete AIT. Then you're gonna be like, hey, I want to replace this, I want to replace that. Once you get into your actual unit and your real army, then you can do that. But until then, don't do it. Cause what's gonna happen is you don't. Let me tell you what's gonna happen when you get to AIT and you don't have one of those things. So once you go to AIT, they do a layout. If you're originally supposed to be part of Bravo company in a certain truck, and that truck, this is how they eliminate people. If there are 60 spots, and there are about 40 something National Guards in the group that you came in, that means that there are 20 something spots, or less than 20 something spots for you that needs to get filled. And if there are 60 people that came in, but there's already 40 spots filled because of the whole National Guard thing, plus the guys that was already there left, who got rolled over before you. So now the spaces are getting filled real quickly, but there's still 60 people that needs to go into a truck. What's gonna happen is they do layouts, and the layouts gonna determine who got what and who's gonna get that spot. Because if you're missing anything, they're gonna automatically roll you to the next truck because you're missing that one item. And if you don't have that one item, they're gonna keep rolling you over until you get that one item, which means you're gonna have to pay out of your pocket to get it. So I'm telling you, so save you guys the headache right now. Make sure you guys have everything. But they're gonna be those individual who has everything and still never make it to the class because the class is already filled, because maybe they get count late or too late that they couldn't get into the class. So me, when I went to AIT, I was originally in Alpha company, and I had everything, but I still couldn't get into the class because the class got full before I could even get there, get into the class when they got to my name. So I ended up getting rolled to Bravo, and which is not bad. Bravo is actually pretty good company. Bravo, when I was in Bravo company was the best company to be in. We had the highest PT score pass, and the highest and majority of the graduates from Bravo company. Alpha company and Charlie company is the worst. They call it Cell Black Charlie. They call it Cell Black Charlie because Charlie company, I'm not knocking Charlie company, but Charlie company was like terrible. Charlie company don't get any privileges. They always wear their OCPs, their uniform everywhere they go. Like when we wearing like PTs or whatever, they wearing uniforms. So Charlie company don't get their phones. They don't get anything. They don't get nothing. They're really strict when they're in Charlie. Bravo, I thought Bravo was strict, but compared to Alpha and Charlie, Bravo is way better. Oh, bug. Anyways, so that's one thing I want to tell you guys about what to expect when you actually goes from basic to AIT, and what you can expect to happen, because you're gonna be in a situation where you're gonna do layouts and all that. So the next thing I want to talk about is once you guys actually start classes in AIT, how to be a truck driver, how to be an 88 mic. They train you on 3 type of trucks. The LMTV, which is also known as a 5-ton. The LMTV is used for, is a smaller truck. It's a smaller truck after the bigger trucks. It is used for LMTV is called is the name for it. LMTV is a medium tactical. MLTV, medium light tactical truck or something like that. I don't know I forget the exact meaning of it, but that's somewhat what it means. Medium light truck, something. I'll figure it out later. But they train you on a LMTV, which is a 5-ton. That truck is used for transportation. They train you on the 915, which is like one of those basic trucks that you see that pull trailers and all that. And the last truck is the LHS or the PLS. The LHSs and the PLSs are trucks that actually transport. They do transport too. They transport like heavy cargo. Like they have a hook arm that hooks on the back of that hooks onto something like a trailer or flat rack to lift it up and put it onto the back of the truck. Yeah, those three trucks, those are the three type of trucks that you're gonna be driving. Out of all those three trucks, the easiest to drive, I would say, it will be the 5-ton is the easiest to drive. The hardest to drive is the LHS, only because the LHS has a terrible turn radius, which means it can't turn for shit. So when you're trying to make a turn and you think that you have the turn, it ain't gonna make it. You're gonna have to turn the wheel, reverse, and just get into to make a proper turn. The turn radius on it sucks bad. The 915 is a pretty easy truck to drive if you don't have attachments in the back. Because when you go to this is the tests that they're gonna make you do. For the 5-ton, they're gonna make you go into a little circle, and they're gonna have you drive, stop, reverse, stop, then swerve through some little lanes, and you know that's pretty much what the 5-ton driving test consists of. And before they do all that, of course they're gonna break it down to you and let you know what's what, how to start the trucks and all that. All the trucks don't use keys. Every military vehicle is like a push to start or a switch that turns it on. They don't use keys. They don't lock them. They lock them. The only thing they do to secure the trucks is get a chain and a padlock and just tie it up. That's how they keep the trucks from being stolen or whatever. But no trucks in the military uses like a key for a car. They don't have the ignition like that. So they only have like a push to start button, or like a power button where you just turn it on and you hit this button and it turns on, stuff like that. But when it comes to the what's it called, the 915 truck now, the 915 test is a little bit harder because you got to it's easy but it's hard at the same time. So what you do for the 915 truck, the 915 truck, like I said, is one of those regular trucks that you see on, like, if you was to go on the highway and you see those big ass trucks behind you with the trailers in the back. That's what a 915 truck is like in the military. So for those kind of trucks, you're gonna be just driving it straight and then stop and then reversing it with the trailer attached to it. So that's what you can expect from that test. That test is just like a straight drive forward and a drive back. Good, you just drive. That's all you gotta do. But you'll be surprised how easily that turns into a hard test, because some people when they drive the trucks, they think too much about it, and then they start turning the wheel unless you know the trailer doesn't go the way you want it to go, unless you know you're not going back. It's not that hard to drive straight forward and then reverse straight back. It's not that hard, but when people do it, they totally mess it up, and then they trying to reverse and the trailer's going different directions than what they needed to do. And a lot of people end up failing because of that. So that's one part of the test. The second part of the test is what you call alley docking, where you actually back a truck up into a parking spot. So you take the truck, I can't really show you guys, let me see, but the truck, you just take it, you drive it straight, and then you turn it until the trailer is out to the parking spot. Then you put it in reverse and you just reverse it back into the parking spot. That's all you gotta do, and you got 10 minutes to do that. The first test, driving it forward and driving it back, I think you got 5 minutes to do it, and the alley docking test is 10 minutes. They give you 10 minutes to do it, so ain't no rush. To do it. So you gotta just make sure you guys complete it and all that. When I got there, I had the fourth fastest time. The fourth fastest time. My straight back and forward, I did that in 46 seconds to go straight forward and reverse it back. For my alley docking, my best time was 2 minutes and 4 seconds. So it got people who did it, who actually drove trucks in civilian life, and their trucks, they did their shit in like less than a minute, which was like pretty good. And as with the last test is for for LHS, which is the big transport trucks, which their test is pretty much like a big convoy around the base or some shit like that. So it's not that difficult with it. That test is for the LHS, and the 915 is not really that hard. But there's one test that I gotta tell you guys about for the 5 ton. That's part of the first truck that you're gonna be doing. There's this big ass hill. So they're gonna show you guys like exactly what will happen if you put the trucks in gear 1. And I forget the name of that that particular test. But this is little gnat just like flying around me right now, just bugging the shit out of me. Stupid gnat. But there's one test where you go up a hill, and then my instructor, I was in my truck driving, and he told me go up the hill. So I went up the hill. I'm in the 5 ton. This is the smaller truck, mind you. He told me, okay, put the gear in gear 1. Gear 1 is supposed to be less power, no, more power and less speed. So they always gonna have you do this to show you like what's the power difference in the gears. So he told me to, he said, where's the gas pedal at? Okay, I said my foot is on the gas pedal. Okay, where's the brake pedal at? My foot is on the brake pedal. Alright, he said, where's your left foot located? I said, right by the door. He said, point to the door. So I point to the door. Then he said, okay, take your gas foot and put it next to the door. I was like, wait, what? He said, put your gas foot next to the door, which means my gas foot is not gonna be on the brake. All the gas is gonna be next to the door. So pretty much, they want you to free roll down the hill. So once you free roll down the hill, they want that's the scariest shit ever, because you're rolling on that hill in gear 1 and you thinking that this truck is gonna roll over or is going so fast. That is the scariest shit you can expect for the 5 ton test. It is scary as hell. And it's gonna really like surprise you when you actually do it. But once you get it over with, it's done and done. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna have to stop it here because I got some stuff to do real quick. But this is part 1, guys. Part 1. Part 2 is coming up soon, so make sure you stay tuned for part 2. I got a lot more stuff to explain about the AIT and the tests and all that, so stay tuned. Alright, just stand by, ask me questions on this video. I've got to go. I gotta take care of some stuff, and I'll try to upload the second part of this video today. Alright, so this guy's gonna be a lot of educational things for you guys, man. So make sure you just stay tuned and just keep following me. Alright, so stay strong, stay on me strong. Don't leave, don't go nowhere. Subscribe, leave comments, like, share videos, all that good stuff. Alright, love y'all.